When I was in school, we had a chapter on Jainism and Buddhism in our history textbooks. It mostly outlined the origins of these religions and also some of the basic concepts on which those religions were founded. It contained the story of Siddhartha Gautama, who was the founder of Buddhism. If you know the story, it goes something like this. He was basically a king who left his wife and his child and his kingdom and everything in the middle of the night in the search for the meaning of life. So the book had the story, and it also had images of Siddhartha Gautama. Now, I don't remember how old I was, but I'm pretty sure I was just a kid back then. But when I looked at these images of Siddhartha Gautama and Mahavir and all these different sages who were the founders of these religions, they were all sitting in the lotus posture. They had their eyes closed and they had these halo and aura around them. And on one hand, I thought that these people were pretty stupid. I mean, the world is so great. We have food, we have money, we have cars, we have motorcycles, we have so many great things to enjoy. And Siddhartha was a king. He had so much. He had more than what so many of us can even dream of. But and yet he left all of that to do what? To roam around in the forests and sit under a tree with his eyes closed. That's stupid, right? So on one hand, that was my chain of thought, and I remember I was just a kid still. And then on the other hand, there was this thing like, okay, but he looks very happy. You can see he's radiating this sense of peace and wisdom, and he has the halo around him. So is he the one who's stupid, or are we stupid? Because maybe we should all just go and sit under trees with our eyes closed. But so yeah, there was also this sense of question that what is it that made this person want to leave everything and just renounce and uh, do what he was doing. So there was this sense of wonder and curiosity within me. I wanted to know what he knew. I wanted that. But obviously, there was no way I was going to run to the forest and do what he did. But that didn't go anywhere. But many years later, uh, I think that is what I consider to be my first fascination or interest with meditation as such. And then now, many years later, I had my summer break after school. So I finished school, and then I had a couple of months off before I started junior college, which is what we call, which is how the schooling system here works, where I'm from. So in those couple of months, I started to, maybe I'll give meditation a shot, and I mostly just got involved with it because of all the common typical benefits, such as I don't know, you can improve your concentration, you improve your focus, and things like that. That is how I started it. I did it for a couple of months. I started with 5 minutes a day, simple breath awareness. I did it for a couple of months, and then I got busy, and then I stopped. But the next few months of my life were quite a bit of a roller coaster. But eventually, in around December 2020, I picked up the autobiography of a yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. The book had been in my house for a long time, for many years. My grandfather had gifted it to me. But it was only then that I decided that, okay, this time I am going to finish this book no matter what happens. And that book had the answer to the question that I was looking for. It had the answer for um, a way, a path to find out what Gautam Buddha and all these people who left the worldly life, so to speak, to live as hermits and renunciants. So that book had the paths that I could take to find answers to the spiritual questions that I had had. And that path was Kriya Yoga, which is, again, and the base of it rests on, again, like I said, meditation. So in this video, I will be talking about what my experience has been like meditating every day for almost 5 years now. I started in January 2020. I've been doing it pretty much every day um, for, yeah, like I said, almost 5 years now. It's not like I have not skipped meditation on any single day at all. There have been a few days where I may have missed it because of some or the other reason. And an important person situations or something like that. But I'm pretty sure that those occasions are less than five. So again, in 5 years, I've done it every day except for the few days that I must have missed it for some important reason. So I think the most important thing, the main reason why meditation is practiced is what I mentioned at the beginning. It is related to what Gautama and Mahavir and all of those aimed for. It is a path towards self realization, towards God realization, towards greater spiritual awareness and enlightenment. That is the main purpose of meditation, at least the way I see it and the way I practice it. Over the years within me, it has given me an access to this a deep sense of consciousness or being within myself that it's very hard to describe it because you really can't put it to words. But it's like if you know, you know. But if I had to use some words, it is this sense of peace and clarity and wisdom and whatnot. Within me, I feel a greater sense of connection to God, to the wholeness of life, to this universe, and things like that. When I pick up spiritual literature like the Bhagavad Gita or the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali or something, or different Vedantic texts, it is a lot easier for me to understand those texts now after these 5 years of meditation than before. It has developed my intuition. It has given me clarity in my thoughts, in my actions, and just on a consciousness level as a whole. So those were some benefits that were more related towards the spiritual sides of things, like again reading, contemplating, meditating, having access to higher realities, contemplating God, having a direct relationship with the divine within you, and things like that. But on a more normal, day-to-day, worldly sort of a thing, there are some very common benefits that I'm pretty sure most of you would be already aware of. Meditation makes you feel calm and peaceful, and of course, there's no denying that. I meditate for around an hour or so a day, hour and a half, depends. And that duration, that time for me is the time for peace and quiet. That is a time when I let go of everything else. I'm not bothered about anything. I'm not worried about anything. That is like it's like going into a different space, a different place where I can experience the peace or clarity, serenity, or whatever it is that I want to experience. So it is a time of quiet and peace for me. It makes me feel the calmness, the peace that I have been feeling within my meditations. It has only increased over time. Over these 5 years, it has only gone deeper, and I'm pretty sure that it will continue to go deeper and deeper as I progress on this path over the years. Not only do you feel calmer while meditating, you also feel that the rest of the time as well. So the calmness, the peace, the tranquility that you feel, it bleeds into other aspects of your life, and you carry it with you throughout the rest of your days, during your activities, when you're out engaged in the world and things like that. You have access to it whenever you want, and that is very useful when you are out in the jungle of civilization, so to speak. Emotional maturity is another common benefit of meditation. I think you learn to navigate your emotions better, you learn to deal with your emotions better. Within me, I so instead of getting driven around by your emotions, so for example, it's not like I don't get angry anymore, it's not like I don't get sad, but it's like instead of getting driven by them, so instead of living unconsciously, now because of my meditation practice, I have a choice of whether I want to engage in that emotion or whether it is not appropriate to do so right now. Now, I'm not saying that I suppress or repress my emotions, but you learn to diffuse your emotions that are not necessary, or something that you learn to distinguish whether it's an actual real thing or whether it's just something your mind has made up. So overthinking it used to be an issue for me, but now I can't even think about the last time I must have been through a whole spiral of overthinking or something like that. It's just it hasn't happened to me. I really can't recall how long. So yeah, overthinking is not an issue anymore. Um, Getting carried away by your emotions, getting carried away by your thoughts, it's not a problem. Just like you can learn to navigate and control your emotions, you also learn to navigate and control your thoughts. You understand how your thoughts impact you, how your thoughts impact the people around you, how your life situation is created by your thoughts. So if you are someone who is into manifestation and creative visualization and things like that, meditation is a very powerful tool because it will clear your consciousness, it will clear your mind, and the control that it will give you over your mind will allow you to change your thoughts towards more positive thinking and towards cultivating an abundance mindset and things like that. So again, common benefit, improved concentration and focus. It just goes without saying. Um, if I can concentrate on my breath and on the different regions within my brain and so on for like an hour and a half every day, then of course when I'm out working at my job, when I'm studying, when I'm talking to someone, the sense of presence that I can feel and that I can cultivate, the sense of focus and concentration, it has significantly improved. I mean, from where I was 5 years back to now, it's a big difference. Focus and concentration is also just like any other muscle. So just like you go to the gym and you start lifting 2.5 kgs, then 5, then 10, and so on, you learn to concentrate for 5 minutes, excuse me, then increase it slowly to 10 minutes, 15, 20, and so on and so forth. And you get better with it through time. Meditation is also supposed to improve your immune system and things like that. Um, I I'm sure it must have been the case, although I can't really comment on that because I'm at 20. I'm in my early 20s, so I don't think immunity is much of an issue for me. And otherwise, sleep is a big benefit. I can go to sleep very easily. It's not an issue. When I sleep, it's I do experience very good, restful, deep sleep. And I have noticed this as a crucial and big difference over time through my meditations. And so, yeah, I think those were some of the common benefits, so to speak, that I would want to speak about or talk about. And also, just I think I wanted to speak about my experience with meditations over 5 years. Like I said, it's difficult to talk about what I really experienced because those are very subtle topics, subtle things, and it's hard to put them to words. But again, if I had to put it one way, it was this deep sense of clarity and peace and whatnot. I have had some trying times and difficult circumstances. Not that much, and because I'm only 20 right now. But so there's a lot that life will teach me. But with whatever I've been through, meditation has always been an anchor for me. Um, I know that every day I have that half an hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hour, whatever, to myself. That no matter what is going on in my life outside, this time is mine, and it's just good to have that routine. It has made me disciplined. So when I started meditating, I did not enjoy it as much. It was difficult. I did not want to do it. There were so many days when I did not want to do it, but I did it anyway, and that is a powerful skill. So meditating every day can make you super disciplined. So highly encourage it everyone to cultivate it for that one particular reason because when you learn to do something even when you don't want to do it, then you can do so much. So that is something I missed out initially, but okay. So yeah, I think that's it from my end for today at least. So welcome to my YouTube channel. A little late to mention it at the end of the video, but I think that was the that was what I had in mind. So this channel will have videos like this. I enjoy meditating. I enjoy talking about spiritual literature, philosophy, things like that. And this channel is more like a side project for me, where I will be speaking about these topics, sharing my experiences, sharing my views. So if you enjoy what you find here. If you are enjoying listening to this, then continue tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you. If you don't enjoy it, then that's completely fine too. So I hope you have a good day ahead, and cheers. Thank you so much for joining.